Every good beginning is only possible with the blessings of the Almighty. We also seek these blessings by lighting the lamp. May I request the dignitaries to kindly light the lamp and declare the commencement of this program. Audience, welcome our guest, please. Solving and sustainable development. It is the day to encourage people to think outside the box and come up with new ideas and solutions to the challenges facing the world today. The day was first observed in 2018 after the United Nations General Assembly declared 21st April as the World Creativity and Innovation Day. The day aims to promote creativity and innovation as essential drivers of economic growth, social development, and environmental sustainability. On this day, organizations, businesses, and individuals are encouraged to organize events and activities that promote novelty and ingenuity. These events may include workshops, seminars, conferences, exhibitions, and competitions. The goal of World Innovation and Creativity Day is to inspire people to be imaginative, ingenious, to embrace new ideas by celebrating and promoting innovation. We at Echelon Institute of Technology have planned an array of events on this day. We would witness an expert lecture by Professor Dr. Sanjeev Goyal-President IIC, JCBUST University of Science and Technology. Following the expert talk, we have 3 activities planned as follows. The poster making competition will be held at the amphitheatre, that is around Hawa Mahal, from 11:30 am onwards. The quiz competition will be held at F40, first floor, room number 40, from 11 am onwards. And the debate competition will be held in the seminar hall from 11 am onwards. Exciting cash prizes can be won and all the participants will be provided certificates. The ceremony will end with the prize distribution to be held on completion of all these activities. I urge you all to participate in the events in huge numbers. All the best to all the participants. Taking the engineering department, Swanson School of Engineering, University of Pittsburgh, USA. He has successfully completed projects on predicting mass care requirements for riverine flood responses on a day O for American Red Cross and supply chain disruption management by using Echelon, Python 2.7, MCMC, statistics, Bayesian statistics with MCMC, and developed an app strategic planning tool for visual decision making under the guidance of Professor John Camillus at Cards Business School, University of Pittsburgh, by using MATLAB successfully. He has
situations. So, as I already told you, we will be applying our solution depending upon the experiences that we have learned so far to the problems. A creative action has to be intentional and must have a purpose. Definitely. That is to be there. You will be having a real problem and then you are thinking about its solutions, its ideas to how to solve it. It has to be a real problem. So then can work creativity and thought process. How these two things go together. So there are two kinds of thought process. One is the convergent thinking and one is the divergent thinking. While you are observing a problem, first of all, you should have your thought process as a divergent thinking process. What is the meaning of divergent thinking process? Divergent thinking process is the process where you are not limiting your thoughts. Whatever comes to your mind, you are writing down on the paper as a solution to the existing problem. Even it can be a foolish thought, but you have to write it all over the paper. Because the remarkable ideas always come from the foolish thoughts. Then there comes the convergent thinking. Once you have written down all the solutions, all the ideas on the paper, then you will think about the convergent thinking. Convergent thinking is the logical thinking. Here you are going to apply the various solutions you have learned over a period of your stay in the engineering college or in the school or from your experiences. So that will be your logical reasoning. So logical thinking should always come after the divergent thinking, because first you should allow your thoughts to fly. Anything comes to your mind, write it down on the paper. Don't limit your thoughts. And whenever a thought process is divergent, discuss it with your team. And the team should be such that it should not be suspended. Once you are writing down a solution, the team should always encourage you that yes, this can be one of is a type of divergent thinking which is adapted to reality. So creativity is closely related with the divergent thinking. So these are the stages of creative problem solving. So first of all, as I told you, you observe your surroundings, go to the field visits, go to villages, go to the industry, give your gamble walk, try to see the process, try to hold the product they are making, see what you can make a difference to those processes, those messy things. And then we have a problem analysis, and then we have idea generation. When I'm talking about idea generation, that means we are writing down the solution in a divergent thought process. We are not limiting our thoughts. Then there comes the evaluation, that is a convergent thinking. Over here, we will be applying the logical reasoning to the various solutions that we have found in the previous stage. Then there comes the realization, which is the ultimate aim, that is to generate a good POC, that is proof of concept, where we will be taking a prototype or a working model. So this is how the process flows. This is a story where you can see the observation power and the creativity in a very simple manner. So you can see an old person, he's sitting and he's a beggar, he's an old man, and he's a blind as well. He has put a cardboard behind him, and that has been written as blind please help. But a person who was just passing by, he was observing that nobody is giving thinking about this old blind person. Everybody is passing by. But he had just taken the cardboard and rewritten some phrase, and after just a few minutes, the scenario has been changed. Now the people are stopping by over there, putting the money in his to him. So the only thing he has changed it says it's a beautiful day, you can see it, I can't. So this is again a creativity. So So a very simple solution to the listing problem. The problem was that blind man was sitting, but he was not getting the money. But passing by a person is observing those things and has applied his mind, and then he has written, simply change the cardboard, and output is that now it is working for him. This is how it should evolve. It should be always a very simple, surmountable. Always, if you see a complex problem, just break it into surmountable chunks where you can find out the solution. Don't always see a complex problem as a whole. Even if you are doing a numerical for a particular subject, if you see like a big para as a whole, as a problem, you won't be able to solve it. But instead of divide it into solvable problems where you can find out its solutions. Similarly, this is an unusual test which was conducted there in one of the class, and professor had written on the board and said he has put the chair on the table, and he had written on the board that prove that his chair doesn't exist. So he asked every student to write down and prove that this chair doesn't exist. Every student started writing down on the paper. But one student just in a minute came forward and put the paper that I have done it. After a few days, once the result was out, that whatever that student came, he had written what chair. So that means he had proved that the chair is already not there. Instead of writing and thinking about the simple solution, the other was started writing about the whole thing, about maybe they were thinking about something typical techniques of computer, mathematics or mechanical, that how to make this chair disappear. So a simple solution was there, what chair. So always think about the simple solutions, make your divergent thinking, write down, don't be judgmental. Whatever comes to your mind, write down on the paper. Only then think about the logical reasoning. This is the part of the creativity. So, how to enhance your creativity? So, there are many factors. One is at individual level. There is a personality. There can be traits of personality which automatically leads you towards creativity. Those inculcate from the young age or from your family. It also comes from the environment in which you are particular work. So it has been over and time proved that if you are working for a particular work for not more than 5 years, you shouldn't be doing the same work, because after that there won't be any creative things you can put into that particular thing. Then it comes your qualification. So like engineering minds always think about some engineering solutions. Management guys will think about some management solutions to the problem. So how about your qualification? You can think accordingly. Then your intelligence, motivation. Inner motivation is always there, should be there for creativity. It shouldn't be forced upon you. You should be motivated enough to find out some solutions to the given problems. Then stress is always a killer. It will always work as a negative factor. Willingness to take risk. This is the utmost important for entrepreneurship. You have to take calculated risk once you are do all those analysis before going for entrepreneurship. That is called as a calculated risk. You cannot think about anything and you start selling it in the market. Definitely failures would come, because our mind is conditioned in India is that after graduation we must have a job. But if we are going against that, that means we have to take a calculated risk. Then there is organizational factor. Those are not that important at your stage. So I'm just leaving those factors over there. Then comes the innovation. Once you follow all the principles of creativity, you make your mind free. And then there comes the innovation. Innovation is the introduction of new ideas, goods, services, and practices which are intended to be useful. So once there is an innovation, that definitely there will be a conversion thinking, and you will think about some of the product processes which will be useful in the society.
Good morning, sir.
Those things are only called as a innovation.
Sir, बन रही है sir.
The main driver for innovation is often the courage and energy to better the world. These are the two things we'll think about it.
Okay, sir.
And an essential element for innovation is its application in commercially successful way,
Okay, sir.
leading to the entrepreneurship. Innovation has punctuated and changed human history over its historical events, like consider the development of electricity, steam engines, motor vehicles, etc. So you see, these all are innovations. Sometimes these are all innovation. You're using nowadays advanced technologies even after that, but those things are nothing but innovations. So Bill Ford of Innovation says, we want to succeed as a company and as an industry, we must drive innovation into everything we do. Into technology, into safety, into design, and into real world solutions for environmental issues, like the impact of energy uses on our world. Innovation is going to be the compass by which the company sets its direction. So it should always be there, even in your education, it should be there. Yesterday I was reading a news about a student using a chatbot for learning a particular subject, and he was able to get more than 94% marks in the exam. So the technology was there, the chatbot was there, ChatGPT. So innovation is also there. Technology is there, and you are applying it to different processes. It is not that you are always inventing a new technology. Existing technology, if applied to a different scenario, that is also innovation, because you are giving a society a new direction that this can be implemented over here. Once the drone was there, who have thought about its application in agriculture? So that is also innovation. So don't limit yourself towards that you are going to make definitely a big change to the technology. No, just think about small changes, and maybe you can apply the new changes in the new processes. So product, processes, these are the two things where you can think about your innovation, which can be useful for the society. So now, if I talk about, then there is a marketing innovation, is the development of new marketing methods or improvement in product design or packaging, product promotions or pricing. You see that sometimes the similar masala is there in a simple package, but sometimes the same masala is in there in the attractive packaging is there. So you always go to the shelf and pick the one which is having a attraction towards that particular packaging, even though inside it is the same. So you can think about that marketing innovation, then organizational innovation, then business model. Innovation involves changing the way business is done in terms of capturing value, like Compaq versus Dell. Dell has introduced a new thing that they are going to make the laptop according to the order, according to the requirement of the customer. That has taken almost a big chunk of business from the Compaq. Otherwise, Compaq was leader one before the Dell introduced into the market. Like this is the pyramid. You can think about just innovation framework is there. So first, we will start from the bottom of the pyramid and find what you love to do. That is the most important thing. Because if you can choose your desired field, definitely you're going to excel in that. So think about where you find your most interest. So find what you love to do, become an expert in a field you love, become passionate about your field. That is the most important. Passion is very, very important. Passion and patience, these are the two things which are at the behind backbone of the entrepreneurship. Seek opportunities, open your mind, mental flaws, discover your creative rhythm. Health makes wealth. So health is again very important. Identify problems and opportunity, challenge all assumptions, seek opportunities to innovate. This is through your observation and problem solving techniques. Set goals and objectives. This is again very important. You set your goals after 2 years. This is the thing that you will be achieving. So set your goals about the product, about the process that you are going to innovate. Seek novelty in design. Seek novelty in design. Diversify. So any existing process or product you are thinking about changing it. So go for a design thinking workshop. Those are nowadays easily you can find it out on the internet where those design thinking workshops are being held. Attend those design thinking workshops. Those are very, very important. You will learn a lot, means how to think about a solution for an existing problem. And then finally, at the top of the pyramid, you see just do it. Do not be afraid to fail. Take risk. Move your idea forward. You have to take your decision, and calculated risk should always be there. Then about entrepreneurship, already I told you, once you are creative, your observation power is high, you have innovate the new process or product, then you think about entrepreneurship. So in entrepreneurship, first of all, go for the business canvas. You think searches over the Google, you can make your business canvas before going for the market. Make your business plan. Think about your product placement in the market. Those things are very important. Then you can think about entrepreneurship. Once you have done all those things, you can go to the investors and you can pitch your idea. There you can get your investment. So those things are important. So this is a summarization of all those things like creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. I just want to add this one. Is it possible? The aim is to produce entrepreneurs, that is inculcate entrepreneurship. This is a sole aim of the IIC. So that starts with the creativity. So creativity is the root. If I'm talking about entrepreneurship, the creativity is the thing from where I'm going to start. Even if I go beyond the creativity, then observation is the main thing. So as a child or as a must have seen the kind of the grasping capacity of a child is much more than adult, because at a time when a child is observing a thing, he or she is not thinking about anything at that time. He or she is just observing a particular thing and trying to grasp what it is behaving, how it is behaving, how it is being pronouncing. So all those things are being dealt with a wonderful power of observation. So if you want to inculcate the creativity, you should go one step behind and you should learn the power of observation, which was there in you when you were just a child. You have just lost it somewhere because of other things that have been imposed upon you or as a part of society. You have started to think in the different directions at a single point of time. So the important thing for creativity to come, the important thing is to observe the things. And for observing the things, you need to give visits, field visits. So that will be the starting point. So if I'm talking about field visits, the most problem are there in your surroundings. If you suppose go to a village, you go to your home even, you will find many things are not being done as per the today's environment, today's world. So you can find out those things, you can find out the simple solutions to those things. And this is only possible if you give a good observation to those things. Just go to industry, give your camera walk over there, try to find out the things where you see there is a messy process. The things are not being done in a proper way. Just to stand over there, just observe the worker, how he or she is doing that particular work. Just think about the processes, how you can improve, what you have learned so far during your academy, what are the things you have learned from the society. Just try to think that solution for that particular problem you just have observed. It should not be like that these days. Whenever I am going to judge some of the events, most of the time students are having a tool of IoT, AI, they are just having the tools, they are just looking for the problems. They have the solution, they are looking for the problem. This is not the correct process where you are using your tools on any of the problem available. Instead, see the problem, observe it, write it down on the paper, then start thinking about its solution according to your experiences. Discuss it with your team. Write down your ideas, then go for the solution, then think about whatever the various tools that can be applied over those. Right? So this is from where the creativity will start, thinking new things, and then we'll think about the innovation, that is doing new things. So once our creativity is there, you have observed the problem.
अब तू तो वर्कशॉप देता नहीं है, खुद ही सीख रहे हैं हम
यार भाई मैं टाइम ऐसे किए
मैं किससे बोलती
ऑडियो रिकॉर्ड होती है, ध्यान रखिए।
मैं
भाई एक बार भेज चुका हूँ टीचर्स को गाली वाली, मैं तभी छोड़ दिया है वीडियो का।
ये वीडियो के
They
लिए
have
स्टैंड वगैरह
done
सीधे
many
लगा।
innovations. It's a brilliant journey they have.
सही लग रहा था थोड़ा।
Now, there are some exercises I just want to discuss with you. This
इधर आ,
is how you
देख।
can make your creativity more efficient.
एक दूसरे
Like this is between the team that you are playing. First of all, choose a very wise team. Means make a team which is not judgmental. The team which go along with you, which always encourage you. So think about that particular team. So this is the exercise that you can do. Write a 6-word story. A 6-word story means only 6 words you can use over here. You can give this assignment among your team, and that 6 words should explain everything about a particular little story. Like over here, a story is for sale, baby shoes never worn. So if you think about it, you do it your observation that the message is that this is a story about a woman who lost her baby, but she had put her shoes on the sale so that at least any baby wear them. So by just writing down 6 words, it shares all the emotions behind that particular story. Similarly, you think about these, you can play this kind of exercise among your team. You just write down 6 words about your innovation thing, about the product that you want in the world, about the process that you can change, about anybody even. You can write down a 6-word story. So this will inculcate the thinking power. This will enhance your thinking powers. This game can be played. Another one is avoid the letter E. Just write down say 150 words paragraph and don't use word E. So you can play this exercise among yourself. I don't have that much time to give that exercise right now. Otherwise, if I have a workshop on that, I would have brought those papers and we can play those games over here to see who is more creative among you. And another thing is that we can also think of like conversation between 2 persons without using the word "in." So these kind of exercises you can play. Then write by hand. So most important thing is that your writing, reading skill, that whatever you have learned, write it down on the paper, or whatever you have thought about, write it on the paper. Eliminate I, me, my and mine from your vocabulary. Again, this is another game where you won't be using this. So this is like taking self out from the discussion among your team. You are not thinking about yourself. You are writing a paragraph or you are discussing with your team. But I, me, my, you are not using this in your vocabulary. So you have to have used the you or we, those words. This will strengthen your team. This will take out yourself like think that you always boast about your ego. Main thing is that this will take out your ego from there. So those things should be played among the team. Then give your project limitations. Yes, sometimes the constraints are very important because once you're writing down a project for as an assignment for your B.Tech, you don't have much constraints on that. Automatically put the constraints on, because in the real world the constraints are more. You can't fly like this. Every time there are many constraints. Even in your family there are constraints. Suppose you have one room house, you have to study over there, you have to sleep over there. Those are the constraints. And then you have to condition your body according to the things available. So similarly in the project that you are making in your B.Tech, always put constraints. So make your project difficult. Once you have put all the constraints, then your innovation starts. This happened with me once I was getting training about the robotic arm in Pune. So there was one point we were trying to achieve. We are moving our robotic arm to achieve to a particular point. It was very easy. Like just making all the axes to move and reach to a particular point. But our instructor told us that you cannot move axis 1, 3 and 5. Now reach to that particular point. So we took 2 hours to reach to that point. But in that, after reaching to that particular point, the kind of happiness that we have felt, because it involved all the innovation and creativity, moving with the 3 axes only and reaching to the point in the space, that was very important. So this is how you can constrain the existing process and you can learn the innovation. Use a writing prompt. Put down what do you think. It can be anything. Write about what you have loved most about food. Just start writing about, like these days blogging is there, so you can start doing that. Look at the things from a new perspective. So already have shared many stories with you. So this is about just think about a particular thing, process or product. Think in a new perspective and start writing about it. Don't think about any judgmental thing that this is looks like foolishness. Don't think about it. Just start writing. Then write down your questions. You are trying. Take a note of the question at the top of a piece of paper if you are stumped. Like you're finding it very difficult, think clearly about it rather than all possible solutions. So those things are important. Exercise and meditation, these are the two must activities you must do, because if your health is good only you can go for a creativity or innovation. Another games you can play like yes and game. The game works best with 3 to 6 people. You need 2 at a minimum. Maintain an attitude of non-judgmental. I'm saying from the starting, judgmental should be taken out. For every idea presented, even ridiculous ones will appeal to you. It's not our goal to poke holes in each other's idea. Don't do that, because you are killing the creativity. It's our aim to build on each other's. Player 1 outlines a problem to solve. Player 2 starts with a solution. In the game, every other player begins to identify the favorite 10% of ideas. They understand that even the worst ideas contain a great deal of greatness. If player jumps in and says, what I love about this idea is, then they think about what they love about the idea. Even the idea is foolish, don't say it is foolish. Whatever has been written by your team member, just write down 1 or 2 sentences why you love this idea. Keep on doing this exercise among your team about a particular problem. Ultimately, you will be reaching to the final solution. And you will be in that encouraging your team members, every team member to participate in that particular solution. This is the and part of the game. And means it's like endless. You can think about endless solution to a particular problem. Then there is a brainwriting method, offers a highly structured approach for a group of 6 to produce as many ideas. Make a sheet, make 18 boxes into that, make a 6 players, rotate those papers having 18 boxes and ask everyone to write at least 3 solutions to a particular problem. And then rotate the sheet, ask the second person to write down the benefits of the solution have been provided by the first one. And then ask the second person to write down new solutions to that problem. Keep on rotating that particular paper. At the end of time, at the end of the game, you will be having around more than 100 ideas for a solution of a particular problem. And you will also be having advantage of those ideas written down on the paper. Pretend that you know the perfect solution. Even if you don't know, just think about, yes, I know about this solution. Write down your solution about it. Let the other means evaluate those ideas. Post-it fever. It's like whatever the solution you have, post it over the wall. Ask other members to come over there and write down the benefits of those solutions. Keep on doing that exercises. It means just remove the judgmental thing in the team. Ask everyone to fly like divergent thinking and keep on writing the solution. You will be finding the solution in apt manner at the end of the games. Negative brainstorming. Negative brainstorming is that where you are putting problems to the solution first. You ask your team members, keep on adding the problems to your solutions. So that will also help me. It's just another way of putting the constraints. So once you start putting problems, you will try to find out the solutions. So that means your product will be easily settled down in the real world. So you can go for the negative brainstorming. When the time machine is there, that means you plan your activity for what will happen after 5 years to your product. Then there is 10 ways to create a team. That is must for you. About judgmental thing. So psychological safety. Lot many webinars are being arranged about psychological safety. This is must as well. Prioritize your well-being. This is another important factor in the team. Make it comfortable. So once you are sitting in a particular room, it should have some couches, some tea, coffee is available. Everybody should be free. There should not be any constraint to the thing. And then you ask your team to think about solutions. So environment also pays about the creativity. So that's why these days you must have seen the incubation center. So it's not about the particular chain, it's about the couches, the beds. So they provide all those things just to make you feel free, and they provide you coffee, the tea, and they ask you to think about free. So set time blocks. This is again putting some pressure because you have to find solution in 2 days. It's kind of a hackathon, like where we give 36 hours to find a solution to the problem. Then there is a preempt hunger. This is about meals and snacks should be provided. Midday slum, incorporate movements and breaks should be provided. Make it new. So all those things, and preach quantity before quality. Yes, we always talk about quality, but quantity should always come first. Only then you choose your quality out of that. Lead fun activities, those should be there, and this process should be made fun.
बंद कर दो
Only
सर.
then the mind
बंद
feels
कर दो.
free and think about the creative solutions. With that, I am ending my lecture. Thank you so much. If you have any questions.
Creativity and innovation among the young students. This is indeed a privilege for me to discuss this thing with you. So I have made a small presentation for you. You are always welcome to ask questions, and because creativity is something and innovation cannot be discussed like a theoretical lecture. So your interaction is must in this. So whatever you feel like, where you feel like you are not going with the lecture, and where you feel like some things you are not able to relate with that, you can stand up on your seat and you can ask me how to go about it. So basically, I'm thinking that if you guys have come over here, so the aim is about entrepreneurship. So this Institute of Innovation Council, which has invited me over here, so their aim is as well is about producing entrepreneurs. So,
Almighty God for making this program a resounding success. On behalf of the entire management, I would like to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Goyal-President IIC, JCBUST University of Science and Technology, for providing us this knowledge to our students as well as the faculty members. My heartiest thanks to Dr. Sunil Verma sir, motivation and support for such programs. My heartfelt thanks to Dean, HOD, faculty members, and the students for listening this program and gaining the knowledge at this occasion. I hope that sometime, time to time, best of the knowledge. Thank you, all of you. Thanks again.
Thank you, sir. We now proceed with the rest of the function with 3 activities going on simultaneously at the amphitheatre at first floor, room number 40, and the third activity, that is the debate competition, will be held right here. I request all the students to reach out to your venues for participation and faculty members for judgment.
इधर ही आ जाओ, इधर ही आ जाओ, इधर आओ, इधर आओ।
ऐसा लग रहा है रील बना रहा हूँ।
हमारी फोटो नहीं खींची यार देर से।
भाई खींची है मैंने, माना की तरह मैसेज बहुत लेट देखा था, लेकिन फोटो खींची है।
बस भाई बस और फोटोग्राफ सेकंड आना
थैंक यू। बीसी क्या देख
एक भी मेरे पास अपनी कुछ नहीं यहाँ पे डाल के जाए यहाँ यहाँ
पट्टे डाल लेना भाई
पता है फोकस ये क्या बेकार भाई फोकस नहीं करेगा सिंगल किक पे फोकस आता है डबल किक पे हेल्प कर जाता है फिर ब्रेक
इसमें नहीं होगी
इसमें नहीं होगा
भाई क्या कह रहा हूँ से ये चला कर के चला आजा आजा
खिलाड़ी आदमी
भाई भाई दिखा ऐसी फोटो मत ना खींच कर
आवाज ओ भाई 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 क्या दिख जा भाई हट जा
तू मान जा इंसान के बैठ के
तू क्या करते पता वीडियो में
क्या जो वो तो चूक गया
हर वीडियो में चल रही है
नीचे से ले ले नीचे से
होगा होगा ये जगह दिखा रहा है तेरे पास निकाल के वही क्या है बस ये समझ नहीं रहा तेरे पास एक ब्लैक स्पेस दिला दे एक ब्लैक स्पेस दिला दे क्या ब्लैक स्पेस दिए हाँ फिर फाइल लगेगा सीट बंदी है
उमेश सर को बुला लेंगे वरना सुनील वर्मा से नेक्स्ट वाला है G80 BC CSC ये कौन है दानिश सर है उमेश दानिश सर को बोल दीजिए यही अभी भी सर रूम में भी है हाँ इस रूम में आइए फोटो खिंचवानी आ जाओ किसी ने स्पेशली बनाया है कोई नहीं कोशिश करो आ रहा है नहीं आएगी बच्चे बच्चे नेक्स्ट वीक बस 2 मिनट
उसको दे और इसको दे क्यों अच्छा लग रहा है दे दे और तो सबसे
Very good. I'm so proud of you.
अच्छा जूता क्यों पहनना
मुझे जैसे भी ऑर्गेनाइज करोगे कर देना। 1 घंटे का टाइम तो हमने वैसे भी दिया है। एक में भी हो जाएगा।
थोड़ी आगे कर एक हाथ बना
कोऑर्डिनेटर्स बदलते रहेंगे।
मानिए मार्कर ब्लैक मार्कर जिया से मांगिए ब्लैक मार्कर है मुस्कान ब्लैक मार्कर
ये 12:40 तक का टाइम है आप लोगों के पास, पता है ना? तो 12:50 and no cheating please. No cheating please
dear sir, teachers and all my dear friends. Today I am purposely standing in front of you to have a debate on the topic. Science and technology has its own boon or bane. So I am on the favor of this topic. Improve standard of living. Science and technology has its own development and science and technology has led to the development of technologies and products that have improved the quality of life of people around the world. For example, in the previous time, we don't have that much technologies that we can predict that the tsunami or the earthquake is coming. But nowadays, we have these type of equipments so that we can know it earlier and we can save the people who are living over this place. So this is my first example, and second one is this, that in the last 2 years, we all have seen that the corona time was there, and we all know that our studies have gone very well. But because of our technologies, we have studied very, very well. Because of our mobile phones, we have consumed our Zoom meetings, and we have studied very well. In the competitive exams, we have done also very well, and there is no any side effect of that.
अध्यापकगण एंड मेरे प्रिय मित्र सुप्रभात। मैं जतिन और मैं आपके सामने साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी है इज ऑन बोन एंड बेन के बारे में अगेंस्ट बोलूँगा उसके। तो मैं जैसे मेरे भाई ने बताया कि उसके बहुत से लाभ होते हैं, तो लाभ के साथ साथ हानियाँ भी बहुत हैं। तो भाई ने बताया कोरोना हुआ था, तो कोरोना में जैसे ऑनलाइन क्लासेस लगी थी बच्चों की, तो उस चीज़ से बच्चों पे प्रभाव पड़ा है। बच्चे मोबाइल फोन होते हैं उनके आदी हो चुके हैं। वही चीज़ दिक्कत देती है उनकी फ्यूचर लाइफ को, मतलब बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं उससे साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी से कि भाई स्पाइनल कोड दिक्कत देती है, ब्रेन ट्यूमर हो जाता है, और रेडिएशंस होते हैं जो मोबाइल से बच्चों लगे रहते हैं ना, वो रेडिएशंस दिखाते हैं, रेडिएशंस होते हैं। और
first of all, I will answer the thing which my friend Jatin said, that there are very side effects, but I don't think so, because let us take an example. If I will take a man and I will throw it on his head, so it is not the fault of the technology. It is the one who is using that thing. It is the parental control and the consistency and the enthusiasm which a student has. Because there are many benefits from the technology which we can have. And now my second point is this, that about the better healthcare. Advance in medical science and technology that led to the improved healthcare outcomes and led in the life expectancy. If we will take an example, in the last 2 years back, we don't have the specific equipments or the equipments that we can do the surgeries. In the last few years back, the doctors face very much problem that he can cure the patient for the cancer or the polio or the brain tumor or the heart surgery. But nowadays, because of our latest technologies, it is done, and the doctors are continuously curing the people with this groundless technologies. So, from my opinion, it is very good that the technologies are there, and it is helping us very much.
भाई ने बहुत जो भी कहा बहुत अच्छा कहा। मैं भाई से एक बात क्वेश्चन करना चाहता हूँ, एक सवाल करना चाहता हूँ कि साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी ने बहुत अपना मतलब बहुत आगे बढ़ी है वो लैब में, तो अपने उसमें तो जैसे इस आज के टाइम में बहुत मशीनें आई हैं जिससे लोगों की फिजिकल जीवन पे मतलब उसकी लाइफ पे फर्क पड़ रहा है। तो जैसे होता है ना कि मशीन सारी है, मशीन आती है, लोग उसमें लग जाते हैं, सारे काम मशीन करती हैं, लोगों का काम कम हो गया। और क्या मतलब उसका क्या वो दोगे आप? और दूसरी चीज मैं कहता हूँ, जैसे इंक्रीज पॉपुलेशन बढ़ती जा रही है, साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी जितनी पॉपुलेशन बढ़ रही है उस हिसाब से व्हीकल बढ़ रहे हैं, साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी वैसे उस हिसाब से पॉइजनस गैसेज होती हैं वो दिक्कत दे रही हैं, तो इसको कहाँ डिफाइन करोगे?
First of all, I will define your point that my first increase efficiency that you have said that nowadays when machines are coming that employment the person are not getting employed. You want to say like this, no? That jobs are
जो काम इंसान करता था किसी पिछले पुराने टाइम में वो आज मशीन्स कर रहे हैं।
Yeah.
पहली बात उनका रोजगार कम हुआ, दूसरी बात जो चीजें फिजिकली करता था कोई आदमी वही चीज मशीन कर रही तो उनकी बॉडी फिजिकल हेल्थ पे भी फर्क पड़ रहा है।
Yeah, I accept with your point, but there is an increase in efficiency too. Now technologies are enable us to do the things faster and more efficiently than ever before. This has led to the increase in the productivity and the economic growth too. Because now we are dependent on our latest technologies, which are everywhere. We can see in the live example that in our colleges hours we are having the very much equipment and technology, which will produce a very large number of products and it will have a very good GDP and increase in the economic growth.
टेक्नोलॉजी बढ़ी, ठीक है, मानते हैं बढ़ी, पर मेन पॉइंट ये है, मेन कारण ये है कि मतलब अब जैसे कोरोना में हुआ ऑनलाइन क्लासेस चली, ठीक है चली, वही ऑनलाइन क्लासेस आज चलाई जा रही हैं जिससे बच्चे फोन के आदी हो रहे हैं, मोबाइल फोन के आदी हो रहे हैं, तो दिक्कत बच्चों को ही आ रही है, हमें ही तो आ रही है।
Yeah, I am coming on your point. Let us take an example. You eat food.
Yes.
If you will take your food in a limited way, it will give you energy. But it will be just completely it will benefit you. But if you will take very much food, if you are taking it in a unlimited way, then it will harm you. It is same like as technology. If you will use the technology in a right way and in a very simple way, it will benefit you. If you will increase the level and if you will use very much, it will harm.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत जगह पर एक बात बताइए कि ठीक है, हमें जो बच्चे हैं, छोटे बच्चे हैं, उनकी ऑनलाइन क्लासेस लगाई जा रही हैं, उनको कौन समझाएगा कि फोन को लिमिट वे में करना है? वो तो मानते नहीं किसी बात, चलो वो भी मान ले, ठीक है, उनको समझा दिया, सब हो गया, आप इसका जवाब कैसे दोगे? जो चीज लोग पहले अपने खुद हाथों से करते थे वही चीजें मशीनें कर रही है, रोजगार तो खत्म हो गया ना उनका। वो चीज अपने हाथों से कर रहा है वो मशीनें कर रही हैं, उनकी हेल्थ पे भी फर्क पड़ रहा है इस बात का, वो चीज मशीनें कर रही है वो नहीं कर पा रहे हैं।
Okay, I will give your answer and now we will produce our next point that production is also going very much and because of that production workers are also high and just we are rotating on only one point so we can just move to the next point that increase in our knowledge and the sustainable environment.
Both of you conclude
लास्ट में बस यही कहना चाहूँगा कि जैसे साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी अगर लाभकारी है तो दुखदायक है लोगों के लिए कि भाई कुछ ना कुछ तो दिक्कतें आ रही हैं, बच्चों को आ रही हैं, फिजिकली जो जीवन में हमारे तो उसमें आ रही है, तो जितना हो सके हमें जमीन से जुड़े रहना चाहिए, बिल्कुल ही नहीं घुसना चाहिए बिल्कुल साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी में कि हमारे अपनी खुद की जीवन को भूल जाए बिल्कुल। बस थैंक यू।
Now I am concluding our points that I am agree with the judging too, but here is only the fact that if we are using it in a right way, it will benefit for all us because in our day-to-day life we all are dependent on our equipment. Okay, thank you.
मैम आज में हम बताने वाले हैं साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी की जो क्रिएटिविटी है उसका मतलब के बारे में बताने वाला क्या क्या हो रहा है। हम जैसे कि हम मोबाइल फोन यूज़ कर रहे हैं तो हम उसके इतना आदी हो चुके हैं ना मैम कि हम उसके नौकर बन चुके हैं। अगर हमें कोई चीज़ भी करनी होती है तो हम मोबाइल पे डिपेंड है। अगर हम मान लीजिए कि पहले के लोग होते थे कि वो जल्दी उठ जाते थे सुबह, पर आज क्या है कि हम अलार्म लगा देंगे,
उसे यूज करेंगे और फिर हम सो जाएंगे। हम जैसे क्या है कि हमारे टाइम की जो बचत वो है वो बच नहीं पा रही हमारे जीवन में।
10 मिनट
इसलिए तो इसमें आप क्या कहना चाहोगे?
टेक्नोलॉजी
मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि हम जो मोबाइल के नौकर बने जा रहे हैं उस पर आपका क्या कहना है?
मोबाइल के नौकर बने जा रहे हैं, सही बात, लेकिन फिर भी हमें बहुत मतलब हेल्प प्रोवाइड करवा रहा है। मतलब कुछ भी चीज़ हमें अगर सर्च करना हो तो हम तुरंत सर्च कर सकते हैं और एक साथ में कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं, एक दूसरे साथ आसानी से जुड़ सकते हैं। एंड ऑनलाइन क्लास वगैरह लेनी हो एक जगह से मतलब दूसरी जगह भी कहीं भी हो तो वहाँ से ऑनलाइन क्लास वगैरह ले सकते हैं।
लेकिन हम जैसे कि
Good morning everyone. My name is Kumar Kanti and I am pursuing my B.Tech Electronic and Communication Engineering fourth semester and I am in favor of this topic creativity and innovation.
मैम जैसे इन्होंने बताया कि उससे हम कुछ चीज सर्च कर सकते हैं, पर मैम जैसे कि हमारे विज्ञान में पहले ही खोज हो रखी है, क्या मैम उसी का हम हेल्प लेके नई खोजें भी करते हैं? तो मैम जैसे कि अगर हम हर चीज मोबाइल से ही करते रहे तो फिर मैम हमारे दिमाग में क्या फायदा? जैसे कि मैम आजकल है एआई टेक्नोलॉजी, जैसे चैट जीपीटी के बारे में आप सबने सुना होगा। तो मैम आजकल के स्टूडेंट क्या करते हैं, कोई भी क्वेश्चन में डाउट आएगा सीधे चैट जीपीटी पे जाएंगे सर्च कर देंगे। तो मैम इससे तो स्टूडेंट के दिमाग में कोई काम ही नहीं आ रहा मतलब। तो मैं इसके बारे में क्या कहता हूँ?
आपने बताया कि एआई टेक्नोलॉजी वगैरह जैसे मतलब लोग
लेकिन जो
मोबाइल आदि बनते जा रहे हैं, लेकिन बहुत लाभदायक भी है मोबाइल वगैरह से, क्योंकि मतलब अगर आसपास हमें कम्युनिकेट करना है या फिर मतलब आसपास के लोगों से
मैम जैसे मैसेजिंग ने कहा, मैम जैसे कि हम दूसरों को मैसेज करते हैं, तो मैम आजकल क्या होता है कि अगर बगल में भी कोई बंदा बैठा हो तो हम उसके तरफ जाकर बात करने के अलावा हम व्हाट्सएप पे मैसेज कर देंगे भाई हमें यहाँ जाना है। तो मैम इससे क्या हो रहा है कि आजकल जो पीढ़ी जो हमारी आने वाली है, हम वो इतनी आलसी हो जा रही है कि उससे मतलब कोई काम कहो तो उसे टालती जाती रहती है। मैम इसका जैसे प्रभाव आप हमारी क्लास में भी देख सकते हो, अगर आप हमें कोई टीचर असाइनमेंट देता है हम उसे टालते ही रहते हैं जब तक कि टीचर हम पे कोई फोर्स ना करे। जिसमें आप क्या
असाइनमेंट वगैरह आपने कहा कि असाइनमेंट वगैरह हम डालते जा रहे हैं, लेकिन ये भी फायदा है कि अगर कोई असाइनमेंट वगैरह अपने टीचर्स देते हैं मतलब उससे हम मतलब मोबाइल वगैरह सर्च करके भी तुरंत उसका असाइनमेंट कर सकते हैं। लेकिन कुछ मतलब अब जैसे जैसे टेक्नोलॉजी इंक्रीज होती जा रही है वैसे आदमी आलसी होते जा रहा है।
पर जैसे कि आप मोबाइल का असाइनमेंट तो कर सकते हो, पर जब रिजल्ट आता है तो जो बंदा असाइनमेंट कंप्लीट कर रहा होता है वो भी बंदा फेल हो रहा होता है, और जो बंदा खुद से भी ना करके दे रहा होता है ना फिर वो पास हो जाता है। तो इसमें तो कोई ना कोई होगा ना, फिर इसके तो हम वो हो रहे हैं ना जो श्राप हो गया हमारे लिए कि बस मोबाइल से जो मर्जी कर दो और एंड टाइम में जब हमारा जब एग्जाम हो या जब उसका काम आए तो हम उससे जवाब ना दें।
लास्ट टाइम में एग्जाम वगैरह में मतलब एग्जाम वगैरह जब सब पे रहता है तो मतलब बहुत कुछ टॉपिक वगैरह बुक वगैरह भी नहीं मिल पाते हैं,
इससे तो
मोबाइल वगैरह में मतलब ढूंढ सकते हो, इजीली ढूंढ सकते हो। कुछ भी कोई सा भी डाउट हो मतलब गूगल करके तुरंत हम ऐसे फाइंड कर सकते हैं।
लेकिन जो हम गूगल पे सर्च करते हैं उसमें अगर हम कहीं भी जाते हैं तो लोग क्या करते हैं कि आजकल अपनी वेबसाइट बना देते हैं और जो हमें ज्ञान है लोग मतलब ये तो बात सुनी होगी ना कि एक लोग कुछ कहता है दूसरा लोग कुछ और कहता है। तो जब हम कोई चीज सर्च करते हैं तो मान लो हमने पहली लिंक पे हमारी पहली लिंक वेबसाइट आ गई, हम उस पर क्लिक करते हैं, उस पर कोई किसी ने अपना आर्टिकल लिखा था, ब्लॉग लिखा था, उसमें कुछ आंसर कुछ और दे रखा है और हम दूसरे वेबसाइट पे ना जाए हम उसी के उस पर चले जाए और वो आंसर गलत हो तो क्योंकि तो आजकल तो ऐसे ही पे बेस होता है ना सर्च इंजन।
वही तो मतलब देखना पड़ेगा क्वेश्चन किस तरीके से, क्योंकि एक गूगल पर ढूंढोगे तो एक क्वेश्चन के 100 आंसर मिल जाएंगे। अब तुम्हें देखना है कि क्या क्वेश्चन है, क्या किस टॉपिक पे क्या चीज है, उसको देखना पड़ेगा ना। वैसे बनाने वाले तो बहुत से बना सकते हैं वेबसाइट वगैरह,
पर लेकिन हमें आंसर तो पता नहीं है तो हम कैसे पता करेंगे कि हमने जो आंसर ढूंढा वो सही है? अगर हम किताब में पढ़ेंगे तो किताब में तो एग्जैक्ट आंसर दिया रहता है ना, इसमें हमें कोई डाउट ना हो।
बहुत ऐसा भी होता है कि किताब वगैरह कुछ गलती हो जाती है, प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक वगैरह भी आती है, तो उसको हम ढूंढने के लिए गूगल वगैरह हेल्प कर सकते हैं। गूगल वगैरह बहुत रिसर्च वगैरह के बाद वो डालते हैं वेबसाइट पे।
हम आपको लाइव एग्जांपल दिखा सकते हैं जैसे कि हम जैसे कि कुछ समय पहले की बात है, ये हिस्ट्री पढ़ रहा था, इसने एक क्वेश्चन हमसे पूछा, ठीक है, तो उस क्वेश्चन का आंसर जब हमने गूगल किया तो मैम गूगल को आंसर गलत था, इन्होंने बताया था हमें, पर मैम जैसे ही बताया गूगल पर हर चीज सही रहती है। मैम यहाँ पे इन्हीं का एग्जांपल इन्हीं पे उल्टा हो गया ना, इसमें आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
जिसको तुमने सर्च किया था गूगल ने, और वो जो था मतलब बस ओनली कंप्यूटर साइंस के लिए स्पेशलिस्ट,
चैट जीपीटी जी,
हाँ कंप्यूटर साइंस के लिए स्पेशलिस्ट है, वो ये चीजें की हिस्ट्री वगैरह भी मतलब बता देगा और बहुत कुछ जिसके लिए स्पेशलिस्ट है उसी बार बताएगा।
जैसे कि थैंक यू मैम। जैसे कुछ चीजों में तो जो हमारी जो टेक्नोलॉजी और इनोवेशन है वो काम आती है, जैसे कि अगर कहीं दूर जाना हो या मेडिकल की फील्ड हो उसमें तो हमें काम आ जाती है। बट मैम कुछ चीजें जैसे हैं, जैसे कि अब मोबाइल है, मोबाइल हर चीज में हमारे काम नहीं आ सकता मैम, वो हमें एक तरह से नौकर की तरह बनाए रखा है, हम उसी के ऊपर फुल्ली डिपेंड हो चुके हैं मैम। तो मैम मतलब टेक्नोलॉजी का उतना ही उपयोग करो जितना काम है, यही कहना चाहूँगा।
जैसे कि मतलब कंफ्यूज ये है, जैसे कुछ भी चीज मतलब हमें करना हो तो उसके लिए मतलब मोबाइल बहुत बेनिफिशियल भी है, क्योंकि जैसे मान लीजिए कभी कभी तुम ट्रैफिक में हो, मतलब तुम्हें बस वगैरह नहीं मिल रही हो, तुम मोबाइल से रैपिडो वगैरह बुक कर सकते हो और बहुत कुछ भी कर सकते हो।
My dear competitors, I am Moksh from B.Tech JCBUST, standing before you to express my views on the topic science, innovation in science and technology. Nowadays, we are surrounded by machine science and technology. We cannot relate ourselves and we can't imagine ourselves without the machines. Machines are now the integral part of our life. Mobile phones are an integral part of our life. We used mobile phone at 6 to 8 hours a day. We can't, for simple to simple calculations or aeronautical and astronomical calculation, we use calculator. But instead of using calculator, we could use our brain. But by the ease of machines, we can use them and we can make our brain weaker and weaker. Nowadays, we can't even resist the heat in summer, and our ancestors who are used to work in villages, in farms, they can resist the heat. They can walk to 20 to 30 kilometers a day, but we can't walk and move because we have the ease of that transports and other things which can make ourselves weaker. Today's we are losing our identities as a student, as a person we are, because in schools we before now means 10 years ago we used to go to school for teachings, for learning lessons and to gain experience to work in our life. But nowadays we does not listen to our teachers, parents and other elders, because we think that we can learn that thing from the internet and other platforms. But the experience, the teachings, the disciplines which our teachers can give us, which the teachers give us, we can't relate to themselves because we think we are smarter than them, but we are not. That is our foolment, that is our foolishness, that we are thinking that we are smarter than them. Mobile phones, smartphones and other machines are making ourselves weaker, and we slowly and steadily we ourselves fading our identity as a human. And last I want to say that machines can change it or break it. In both cases we lost ourselves as human, because we are human who make machines, but now machines are controlling ourselves in social media platform and other like Instagram, Facebook. They can, who is controlling their applications, they can control us by switching the content on it. We are used to set that algorithm that we use to spend 8 to 10 hours a day. These platforms can be used as for the roids and to change our mindset. And last, I want to only say that machine can change us or break us. in both cases, women is lost their identity.
मेरा नाम आनंद पटेल है, मैं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक ब्रांच में हूँ। आज जैसे कि हम सब जानते हैं, आज 21 अप्रैल है और इस दिन को हम वर्ल्ड क्रिएटिविटी एंड इनोवेशन डे के तौर पर मनाते हैं। इस दिन की शुरुआत यूनाइटेड नेशन जनरल असेंबली में 2017 में पहली बार बोला गया था मनाने के लिए और 2018 में हमने इसे फर्स्ट टाइम मनाया था। 21 अप्रैल 2018 को हमने पहली बार करना है इसमें। जैसा कि हम सब जानते हैं, आज हमारी तरफ चारों तरफ टेक्नोलॉजी का बहुत एक उलझा सा जाल बना हुआ है लोगों ने करना है और टेक्नोलॉजी के बिना हमारा सब कुछ कर पाना मुमकिन नहीं है। और जैसे कि हम जानते हैं, अभी हमारे कुछ सालों पहले, कुछ 10-20 साल पहले हम जानते थे कि हमें काफ़ी सारी प्रॉब्लम फेस करनी पड़ती थी, जैसे कि हमें स्टडी में, हमें पढ़ाई में और हमारे मेडिकल सेक्टर में बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करनी पड़ती थी। उस टाइम पे लाइट नहीं हुआ करती थी। आज के 40 से 50 साल पहले तब लाइट को बनाया गया और उस टाइम से फिर हमारे पास लाइट आ गई और अभी कुछ साल पहले तक इतना टेक्नोलॉजी का वो नहीं था, जिसकी वजह से बच्चों को स्मार्टफोन की सुविधा प्रोवाइड नहीं थी। जिसके बाद से जब टेक्नोलॉजी आई, अभी कोरोना के टाइम पे जैसे बच्चों को ऑनलाइन क्लास लगवाई गई, इससे बहुत सारा फायदा भी हुआ क्योंकि बच्चों को घर बैठे सब कुछ मिल जाता है आजकल। और हमारे मेडिकल सेक्टर में भी काफ़ी अच्छी चीज़ें हुई, जैसे हमें पहले लाइट्स और कैमरास नहीं हुआ करते थे तो हमें सर्जरी करने या ऑपरेशन करने में बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स हुआ करती थी। बट जैसे जैसे टेक्नोलॉजी आगे गई वैसे वैसे बहुत सारे मेडिकल इक्विपमेंट्स आए मार्केट में, जिनकी वजह से काफ़ी चीज़ें सॉल्व हो गई। और
start. That my senior Mr. Anand said that we used to, before 10 or 20 years ago, we does not have the ease of light and CCTV medical equipments in our medical sector and other technology. But at that time we can use our brain to solve the information. But now with the ease of these machines, we are making ourselves lazy and ugly. So I thought that, and we also thought that by the ease of these machines we can make ourselves weaker, and in future robots and AI which can control us, cause
use the plan. आगे से बैठ रखा करो. You are interrupting them basically. बार-बार How much time we have not that? 7 minutes हो गए आपके? 3 minutes और ले गए? Yes sir. So as you wish, you want to conclude then continue.
Yes, ma'am.
Or if you have any debate with each other then.
जैसे कि मेरे जूनियर ने बताया कि एआई मशीन से हमें कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं, बट अगर हम चीज़ों को अच्छे से यूज़ करें, उनको अच्छे से उपयोग करें, तो हमारे लिए कोई भी चीज़ नुकसान नहीं कर सकती। कोई भी चीज़ होती है, अगर हम उसे यूज़ करते हैं या हम उसकी कोई भी नई इनोवेशन करते हैं, तो हर चीज़ के कुछ फ़ायदे भी होते हैं, कुछ नुकसान भी होते हैं। अगर हम चीज़ों को अच्छे से यूज़ करते हैं तो उसके फ़ायदे भी होते हैं, और अगर बुरी तरीके से इस्तेमाल करते हैं तो उसके नुकसान भी होते हैं। वो हमारे ऊपर डिपेंड करता है हम उसे कैसे उपयोग करते हैं। अगर हम चीज़ों को अच्छी जगह पे यूज़ करेंगे तो हमारे साथ अच्छा ही होगा। और जैसे कि हमारे दोस्त ने बताया, हमें मशीन कंट्रोल कर लेंगी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा कभी भी कि मशीन हमें कंट्रोल कर ले, क्योंकि मशीनों को हमने बनाया है, मशीनों ने हमें नहीं बनाया। इसलिए इससे ये पता चलता है कि हम मशीनों से ज़्यादा स्मार्ट हैं। और हमें लेजी बनाने की बात रही तो हमारी टेक्नोलॉजी हमारी चीज़ों को मुश्किल तो कर रही है, बट इतना भी नहीं कर रही। हमारे जीवन को उसने काफ़ी अच्छा किया है, हमारा बहुत सारा समय बचाया है और हमें नई नई चीज़ें जानने का मौका भी मिला है। कंक्लूजन के लिए ये है, हम अगर कोई भी चीज़ है हम उसे अच्छे से उपयोग करेंगे तो अच्छी होगी हमारे लिए, और बुरी तरीके से यूज करेंगे तो बुरी होगी।
That my senior said that a coin has two faces, but the face I wanna show to you that is a dark reality of today's generation. As we all know that humans have emotions and value, but machines can't have emotions and values. If a human can make a machine, but machines are nowadays better working than ourselves. And after 20 or 30 years we can say that machines can take over us because they are better than us. We can make a machine, but machines can make other machines before us. It can Machine can make other machines before us, and though these machines does not have emotions and value. So if we said that we can control them, that's our miss opportunity because we can't control them. They thought or they can think that humans are a barrier in their achievement of things that they want to achieve. But okay, then that I want to control that. Machines are a dark reality of this situation.
Congratulations.
पोस्टर कौन सा आपका है? EN?
For the second prize, we have Prateek Kumar from second semester BBA with a cash prize of ₹700. The audience, please share your clappings. The first prize of poster making competition goes to a student from second semester CSC, Shashwat, who has won a cash prize of 1,000 rupees. Congratulations, Shashwat. Thank you, dignitaries. I request the Dean Academics, Deputy Dean Academics, and HOD BC and CSC to please stay back for giving away more prizes. May I now request Ms. Diksha to join the dignitaries in awarding the students of the debate competition.
कॉल नहीं करा अनुज को चार्जिंग खत्म कर दी उसने.
For receiving the prizes, we have Pulkit from second semester CSC with a cash prize of 700. Congratulations, Pulkit. The first prize for the debate competition goes to Moksh from second semester CSC with a cash prize of 1,000 rupees. This is Gaurav receiving the prize on behalf of Mosh. Thank you, Diksha ma'am. I request HOD-EC Ms. Neetu Chauhan to join the dignitaries for awarding the students of the quiz competition. For receiving the prizes, we have Nandan from 4th semester CSE who has won the third prize, cash prize of 500 rupees.
पोस्ट मेकिंग किस हो गया
The second prize goes to Surendra from 4th semester CSE, a cash prize of 700 rupees. The first prize for the quiz competition goes to 4th semester CSE again, Mukesh. Cash prize of 1,000 rupees. Congratulations to all the winners and